I am more honored to be here than you know, and humbled by it. I can't tell you the groundswell of support that I have felt since vetoing this bill. And first, John, I want to thank you. John Falconetti is a great friend, a great man, a great Floridian. And I can't thank you enough for your friendship, John. I really appreciate it over the years. It's been a long time. It's not just us now. That's a little inside joke. I want to thank Mike, too. Representative Weinstein showed tremendous courage by doing what you did. Really, I don't think I need this thing, actually. But you did. You showed great courage, and I know that, there was, I almost think it was more of a perception that this was a Republican thing. I mean, we got calls in our office that not only were arms being twisted, they were being broken of House members, to convince them to vote for this thing, which has to make you wonder. It's like, what's really driving something that maybe they don't like that much? And let me give you some insight on it, too. I've been around politics a little while. 16 years I've been in public office, and the greatest honor of my life is to serve you, really. And, the House didn't want it to go back to the Senate for a simple reason. When this bill passed in the Florida Senate, it passed by a vote of 21 to 17. Think about that. And Republicans have a majority. And it only passed, hear me again, by 21 to 17. There's such a groundswell of support, a great idea, and all that, stuff. So then it goes over to the House of Representatives. And the decision is made, maybe even against the will of some of the leaders in the House, that they're not going to take any amendments. Well, the reason why is they don't want to have to send it back to the Senate, because they have to pass the same bill, see, before it can come to my desk, your desk, as it were. And so they wouldn't take any amendments because they knew if it went back to the Senate, Vicki, the odds are that that 17 was going to get higher and higher and higher. And there's a reason. The reason is you. The people. The people spoke. The people spoke. And shame on the public servant who doesn't listen to the boss. You're the boss. I don't want to be too judgmental of my fellow public servants. They're great people, a lot of good people, but sometimes things can get a little misguided over there. Really, it happens in life, and I want to tell you this too. A lot of people cover us in Tallahassee and what we're doing to try to report back to you accurately what's going on. And I really believe in my heart that when we're in the legislative session over there for 60 days, most people in Florida, number one, don't even know we're there and don't really care. But rarely, not very often, but every once in a while, there is an issue that blows through. And like a cannon going off, all of a sudden people get focused on it. This was one of those issues. I mean, I haven't seen it since I've been governor. And I can tell you that, they don't come along very often, where all of a sudden the entire state is focused on what's happening politically in Tallahassee. And this happened. And over the course of the last week, having the opportunity to hear from you, to listen to you, to hear your concerns and the things that were on your mind about this piece of legislation, the impact it would have upon you was incredible. I've never experienced it, and the first call I got about this, because originally I thought this sounded like a pretty good idea. I think most people did. And if they had just stuck to the basics of, we want, merit pay, it sounds like a good thing, and accountability, we all like that. But at the end, it just got loaded up and loaded up and loaded up, and people got locked out and not listened to. And when that starts to happen, you better run, because something's wrong. As Mike pointed out very, very accurately, so many people weren't given the opportunity to even testify, if they had any support for it. Why? Because frankly, most of them did not. And some people try to frame this as a teacher union thing. It's much bigger than that. Much bigger than that. It was teachers, of course, and parents, and the PTA, and school boards, and people all across this state that were concerned about it. Because guess what? They all have somebody they know who's involved in education in Florida that they love, and that they care about. And when it started to be told that, you know, if you have an advanced degree, a master's or a PhD or whatever, that's not going to matter anymore. You know, if you're nationally board certified, that isn't going to count anymore. You know, you have to kind of scratch your head and think, who's running the asylum? You know, what's going on with that? Why is that happening? I mean, it was pretty remarkable. And when that starts to occur, you erode the confidence of the people that government is intended to serve in at the outset. And so, you know, the more I was hearing that, the more disturbed I was getting, and the more concerned I got. And my first and foremost duty is to you. I took an oath when I got elected your governor. I did not get elected governor of just the Republicans of Florida.
That's right.
I got elected the governor of the people of Florida. All of it. And part of that oath, you know, with your hand on the Bible and your right hand up is, and I'm looking at the, you know, Chief Justice of the Florida Supreme Court, is that I will well and faithfully perform the duties upon the office of which I'm about to take. And you swear that to God.
That's it.
To our God, our Creator. That's important to me. And you know, I couldn't, in the face of that, and having that knowledge and what was happening with this bill, and how you were being blocked out, sign it in good conscience. It just wasn't the right thing to do. It's that simple. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you know, I get my strength from you. And look, I'm a nice guy. And I try to treat all people civilly and well. And, you know, you take political hits from time to time when you do something like this. Shoot, I took a hit for taking the stimulus dollars that saved 20,000 educators their jobs. You think I'm going to leave you that? There's no way. There's no way. It's too important to always remember why you're here and what you're supposed to do. Mike, remember. And he will be rewarded for it. And they're coming after him too. You know? But you're his strength. You got his back. And it's going to be fine. You know, good public servants like Mike Weinstein really deserve your support. Don't forget them. Don't forget them. I know you won't. I know you won't. But thank you on a Saturday afternoon when you could be with your families or watching golf or whatever it is that you might prefer to be doing, for being here. It's very, very kind of you, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm grateful most of all for the opportunity to be able to serve you. You know, that's really, I feel like it's my calling in life, is to try to serve people. And I understand that good people like Vicki, like Mike, and others that serve, like all of you, I view every teacher as a public servant. In the truest sense of the word, you are servants. And the great work that you do, I'm a public school kid. You know, I went to Bavis Elementary School in St. Petersburg, and I went to Riviera Junior High School, back when they still called them junior high school. And graduated from St. Pete High in 1974, and I'm a proud graduate of our state university system. I went to Florida State University. A couple of roles. Shout out to our Gator friends too. Respect to everybody. And UNF. Let's not forget where we are. It's good to know the audience. I mean, you know. You ever see, there's some kind of commercial where there's a band and the guy comes out, he's the lead singer, and they're in, I don't know, I think they're in Cleveland. He comes out and he goes, "It's great to be with you tonight in Boston." And the place just is dead silent. "It's great to be with you in Fort Myers." No, I know exactly. It's a joke. But seriously, it's great to be with you. It really is. It's an honor and a privilege. And we need your help. You know, we need your help. I want to continue to serve you. I mean, we got a couple weeks left in this session. We'll stay focused on that. And the budget, you know, that we have coming up, they're pretty far apart over there. So, you know, I would implore both the members of the House and Senate to get it together and get working on that budget. It is the only constitutional duty they have in a legislative session, is to get that budget. So, from my lips to them, you know, let's get it done. It's the only thing we really have to do. But I look forward to the next 2 weeks. I look forward to the summer, and I look forward to the fall. And I want to continue to serve you in Washington, because I think Washington needs a dose of common sense too. Really do. This issue is not a partisan issue, but let me make one comparison. A lot of people in my party were very critical of the other party and the healthcare legislation that went through, and said, you know what, it wasn't done right, they just rammed it through, they didn't let people come and talk about it, and, you know, have a good open discussion about it.